So let's talk for a minute. So in the meantime, Jeremy has set a boring bar up in the machine. So a boring bar is a single point tool that makes a hole bigger. If you look at this tool, I'll grab me one of the other ones. If you look at this tool, it's not made to cut on center like a drill is. So the tool, as you look at it, cuts large on one side and the other side is offset so that it has clearance so it doesn't get hit as it goes into the part. So in this case, the two of them have adjusted it up to try and get it near the center of the part. It was nowhere near the center of the part to begin with. So again, Matt's going to go ahead and run this. His first thing is going to be to make sure that he's going the, to make sure he's going the right direction. I think you're going no direction right now. Go ahead and hit the button and see what happens. Okay. You set up to go the right direction. You can feed slowly with this one if you want. So he's going to use a little slow feed operation to feed into the cut. So it was actually impossible for them to figure out exactly where the center of the tool was. They couldn't cut a nub because this tool cuts on the center of the part. So they just eyeballed it. That's as good as they're going to be able to do. So we have a short, stiff tool. We have a short, stiff tool. Go ahead. You should be able to feed that one almost as fast as you were feeding with the OD rougher. Tool is good and stiff. The only thing we have to be careful of is that we don't hit the bottom of the hole. And that's easy to do when you're drilling and tapping because you have the same adjustment. You can see how much it's feeding out. In this case, I chose a really short boring bar so they shouldn't be able to get any deeper than he should be. It's interesting if you watch, I'm not sure just what you can see because there's no camera on the back, but if you see he can feed about half a turn, then he has to move his hand, and when he does, it breaks the chip off. So there was discussion in class on Monday night about what the speeds and feeds should be for making a cut. Instead, when you're using a manual lathe, you feel the cut. You go as fast as you dare. Because the cost of breaking a tool and messing up the part is much worse than the cost of the time it would take to go a little bit slower. That was not a good sign, or a good sound. Why don't you back it out? And we'll see what happens. So we're going to stop for a minute until we figure out what piece fell because it wasn't the tool breaking.